guys, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. Yesterday you saw us do this fun fold. It was our coffee and a mystery card. And today we're going to do a treat box to coordinate. Now this was Facebook Live today and YouTube Live today. If you already saw those, then you know what's inside. But if you didn't, wait till you see what's inside this little box. Let's start by building the box. It's a cute little pinch top box. We're gonna make it from basic black cardstock. And we're gonna start with 5 5/8 by 6 inches. There's our template, and there will be a photo of the template in the project sheet. You can get the project sheet by clicking on the project details link below the video. Go over to the blog, and the printable project sheet will be in a big bold link under the embedded video that'll say click here to get your scary cute treat box project sheet. Now we've got the paper on the 6-inch side, and we're going to score at 1, at 2 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5 1/2. We'll rotate 1 time to the right and score at 1, 4 1/2, and 5. And we're going to get a bone folder and paper snips, and we're going to work the score lines and trim according to the template. When I'm doing treat boxes, I usually do the same. I've got the glue tab, and it's going to be in the right hand side here. We're going to cut the bottom rectangle, this small little guy right out of here, and then we're going to cut the 2 squares right off of the top. I like to do a little angle cut on my glue tab and straight and get rid of that scored line. Now for the bottom tabs, we're going to liberate these tabs. And I just cut a little bit out, like a little triangle, a little dart. Get rid of some of the bulk. Take out that scored, bruised paper. There we go. Now we've got our 4 tabs across the bottom. Turn to the top of the box. We've got 2 rectangles in each of the 4 segments. So let's go ahead and cut. And I just cut that same little dart. And we're going to do go down 2 score lines this time though. And just liberating the tabs again. But as you go here, you're going to cut off the little rectangle on top here. So right along that score line. So you'll have 2 rectangles, 1, 2 rectangles, 1. All right, there's our treat box, just like the template. Let's round these 4 corners now. You can leave these little tabs square if you want to, or do a different decorative corner shape. Whatever makes you happy. Now, I always assemble my boxes the same way too. We're gonna have the glue tab, the long skinny one on the right, and we'll run tear and tape all the way down. And then on the bottom back tab, we'll run across the bottom outside. On the front bottom tab, we'll flip up and put our adhesive across the bottom back side of the tab. Well, we've got the box flat. Let's put our designer series paper. This is from the Celebrate Everything Host exclusive paper. It's the same one we used in our coordinating card. I'll link that below too. And we're gonna add that to the front panel. This is 1 5/8 by 3 3/8. And that's gonna get centered right on that front panel. So there's your adhesive placement. Front panel at the bottom, back panel at the bottom, and then the side. Easy way to put this together. You'll remove the liner and then fold on the second score. Then bring the first opposite score over, line up on the fold, let that adhesive grab. Once it's grabbed nice and straight, then you can flatten the box and burnish. Flip to the bottom of the box, tabs in from the side, and then you'll take the adhesive from the back, fold back to the front, adhesive from the front, and then fold to the back. And now all your seams line up in back of the box. You don't have any seams along the front edges. There's our cute little box. We're going to punch a hole in it so we can tie it closed. I'm just going to use a 1/4 inch hole punch. You can use kind of a standard office supply punch or one of these Fiskars ones. I'm eyeballing center, which is never a really good thing for me. I'm left of center, but not badly. We'll tie a big enough bow and nobody will notice. All right, I did a little bit of die cutting ahead of time. I've got a pierced circle. This is from Stylish Shapes dies, and it is the 3rd largest circle in that set. I don't have the measurements yet. Eventually I'll get that done. We're going to glue that to the front of the box and then do some stamping. We've got a couple of greetings that I want to stamp for this project. I love the greetings in Scary Cute, especially Say Boo and Scary On. Isn't that just so funny? We're gonna do Trick or Treat, You're So Sweet, and Say Boo and Scary On. I just needed that. I just needed a Say Boo and Scary On stamp in my life. There's not much about Halloween that I can get behind, but I do like trick-or-treating, and I love the kids and the neighbor and being present in the neighborhood. I think it's just so much fun. So this stamp set, and it's Say Boo and Scary On sentiment, just appealed to me. I've got 2 scraps of basic white, and we're gonna do the greetings on the Stamparatus. I like to do the greetings on the Stamparatus because Memento Tuxedo Black can gray out just a little bit, so I can do more than 1 coat of ink, which gives me a darker silhouette for the trick-or-treaters or a darker greeting for the word stamps. So I'm just gonna pop my white cardstock into my Stamparatus, checking where it's gonna stamp because we're gonna die cut the greeting. Put the magnet out of the way. We're gonna ink with Memento Tuxedo Black and stamp the greeting. This is a really good technique to get a darker black or a bolder color impression. This is also a fantastic way to do your sentiments. If you're not sure if they're gonna be uphill or downhill, you can use your Stamparatus for placement. You can also use your Stamparatus if you tend to get partial sentiments. Sometimes some of the letters are lighter than they should be or they skip out. If you use the Stamparatus for your greetings and there's a little spot where maybe some of the letters don't print or some of the letters print darker than others, you can go back with your Stamparatus and you can add a little more ink, or you can put the stamp back down and you can get a stronger, more even greeting this way. So it's also just a good kind of insurance policy for getting your greeting straight and complete and even, because if you're the kind that sometimes has a thicker impression on one side and a lighter impression on the other side, or top to bottom, it goes a little darker to lighter, this Stamparatus will make your sentiments much more uniform, consistent. All right, we're going to grab our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine now. I love this dude. We're gonna cut out those greetings. I've got 1 and 2, my greeting, and then this little banner. The banner is from the Coordinating Scary Silhouettes dies. You can bundle up the Scary Silhouettes dies with the Scary Cute stamp set and save 10% when you buy the bundle. These two go together, and this little banner die will come in handy for all kinds of greetings, so keep that in mind. There's also an awesome ticket corner label, a bigger one that goes with this set that will come in handy for all kinds of occasions too. Let's get Say Boo and Scary on, and we're going to cut it out the same way. Isn't that cute? All right, then we're going to use a scrap of basic black cardstock and more from the Scary Silhouettes dies here. I've got a creepy house and some bats. Let's go ahead and give those a cut. Put those dies directly on a magnet so I don't lose those little bats. Aren't they cute? There's our bits. Bring our project back in. Let's get some black Stampin' Dimensionals. I love the black Stampin' Dimensional combo pack, especially for Halloween projects, but anytime you're using black cardstock or a designer series paper that has a all black background, it's kind of nice to use the black dimensionals for a stronger finish. Then you don't have the white glaring dimensional adhesive from the back on a project like this. I'm going to pop up the little scary house, and then we'll add a couple to the box right below the scary house for the greeting. And remove the liner. Say boo and scary on. Let's pop that right over. Now the bats are kind of teeny, and that's okay. Let me show you how we're going to do that. I've got my liquid glue. I'm going to take your pick tool, pick up the bat, put a dab of glue on the wings, and then we can take your pick tool and just place the bat and press and repeat. A little dot of glue. If you do too much, don't worry. It's easy enough to fix. Just take a scrape off the excess, and then we're going to put the bat back on the take your pick tool, and then we can just touch the wing into that little bit extra glue. If you've still got too much, just dab off before you bring it to your project. And now the excess glue is on a scrap you can just throw away, and it's not all over the front of your project. Well, we've got the take your pick tool. Let's get these classic matte dots. The classic matte dots are white, vanilla, basic gray, and basic black. As you can tell, I love them. I've used all the colors in lots of different projects. We're going to just add those fun little matte dots. They look a little ghosty, a little eerie. Now for our treat. We're going to use some of this Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper. Hues of Happiness. I love the not quite solid patterns, and we're looking for green or blue or brown or yellow, kind of a hazel color. We're going to use some basic tools here. Hopefully you have them. They're not current Stampin' Up, but they're easy enough to find on Amazon. We're going to take that scrap from our black and do a 3/8 inch circle. And then I've got my retired Stampin' Up 3/4 inch circle. I think this one's retired. And we're going to punch a little green circle. It's not quite solid. It's got some texture and some variation in color there. Then sponge and some Memento Tuxedo Black. Just sponge the edge of this little green circle very lightly. Don't go crazy. You're just looking to clean up that white edge and define a little bit. Wait till you see what we're doing. So funny. All right, I crack myself up. All right, then glue dots. I'm going to pick up glue dot. Of course, you could use liquid glue here. Right in the center. Then I have these coconut patty minis. They're Anastasia brand. I get them at the Dollar Tree. And they're chocolate and robed on the back and the edges, but they're white on the front. And we are going to make a one-eyed monster or an eyeball. We're going to pop the little eye on there. And then trick or treat, you're so sweet. I don't think anybody sees this treat coming when they open that box. So I think it's a fun little holiday or fun little Halloween surprise. Trick or treat, you're so sweet. Somebody on the live said that the little one-eyed monster needs a bow on its head. If you do that, we want to see it. You can pop that right in the box. Whatever you find that fits in this box, we want to know. There's lots of great treats. I know that the little trick-or-treat size, the snack size Kit Kats fit in this box. So if you find anything else that fits, let us know. You can join the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social. It's our Facebook group. And share if you make this project using your Stampin' Up! Supplies. All right, we're going to tie this closed with some black and white gingham ribbon. I have just the scrap left here from my last couple of projects. And we'll tie that up with a loopy bow and trim off the excess. There it is. Say boo and scary on. What do you guys think? Especially that treat inside. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me today. If you've got any questions about the project, email marisa@kitchentablestamper.com or feel free to text. And to shop Stampin' Up! 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Click shop. Thanks for watching.